That's somehow right. That's all time. That's all time.
Derek Jeter is top 3 shortstop.
Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. This is Tanks and Tutties, presented by Tubbs and Frankie. Hope you guys all enjoyed that new intro. If you're listening to the podcast, please take the time to go check out the YouTube. Frankie put in some work over the weekend on the intro, as well as the outro, as well as some other graphics work. Go give him his flowers. It is Victory Monday for some of us. For others, it's not. Looking at you, Frankie. But it is Victory Monday for myself. I got the jersey on. This particular person didn't do much, but a dub's a dub. Couple of podcast changes I wanted to go over before we get into it here. Weekend recap is gone. We decided we're going to talk more football and less livelihood stuff.
Give the people what they want.
Just to save some time. Locks and Longshots is sticking around. And then, we'll have the Tubbs pick tracker every week. I'm just going to mention how I did. And then we're just going to talk college football, NFL for the next, 22, 23 weeks?
Something like that, yeah.
Love it. We're going to kind of see how it goes. We might add stuff back in if stuff starts speeding up. But for the NFL talk, rather than just talk about, the noteworthy games, we're going to talk about all of them, every single one of them. So we're just going to kind of see how it goes. And then, maybe we'll spend some more time on college football, maybe some less. We don't know. So college football Dynasty update. Forgot. That's not going anywhere. We will have that every week. We just kind of handled off-season stuff. We both played a bowl game. I won mine. Frankie lost his to finish the season. What do you say? 6 and 7. 6 and 7. That's right.
Yeah.
I won mine. I think I was 8 and 5. Does that sound right? 8 and 5 sounds right. I think I finished 8 and 5. Pretty mid. I mentioned on the podcast that I wanted to move schools. Wasn't able to. I got re-signed by Minnesota Extended, I guess. And I didn't get any job offers because I was going to take the first thing that I got. But we did attempt to play SkinnyHyena. Not attempt, we did. The recording turned out real shitty, though, so we unfortunately won't have a YouTube video out of it. We're working on that. We're going to do a rematch. But for you guys, SkinnyHyena did win 34-28. He chose Texas State. He was told he could do randoms. He just went right to Texas State. Frankie was the home team and got Michigan. And Frankie lost 34-28. You may hear that and you may think, oh, it was a close game. No, it wasn't. It wasn't. SkinnyHyena got funny at the end. Onside kicks, a bad pitch that resulted in a fumble. And he let Frankie right back into the thing. Frankie actually got the ball back with 10 seconds left with a chance to win, but couldn't get the Hail Mary done. So,
I played very poorly. I think the nerves got to me a little bit. I don't know. I'm ready for a rematch. I'm ready for you to play SkinnyHyena. After doing some more research and better looking into how we're going to record this, I think the next attempt is going to go very smoothly. And I have some ideas for a potential guest commentator with me that I'm thinking about. So if you do play, I may have a guest commentator if available. So I'm really excited for that. I will throw in a clip of like a minute or two of the gameplay just so you guys can see how bad it was.
Ladies and gentlemen, SkinnyHyena is talking in the game chat. Where's he going? All right, Coach. We're in the big house today. Beautiful day. We got Michigan versus Texas State. Huge matchup. Here's what we're looking at today. We're looking at Alex Orgy. He's supposed to have a big game. He can actually throw in this game. He can't throw in real life. And obviously Donovan Edwards, he'll get more than 2.5 yards per carry. I'm very excited for this. Frankie, you look fantastic.
But it was cool. I mean, we had the second camera to get like the wide angle view of me playing. Jake commentated it. And then we had the screen with the actual game on it. We did a halftime interview, post-game interview. So a lot of fun. Definitely looking forward to playing SkinnyHyena again and also commentating for Tubbs matchup with him. So
I've got the tape, man. I know how he plays. So he better not let me get Michigan, because if I get Michigan, it's over. It's over. But yeah, a lot of fun. I loved commentating. I noticed that I've got some respect for the people that do it for a career, because there was a whole lot of and just kind of repeating what the in-game announcers said. But it was a lot of fun.
Yeah, we almost have to, I think when we do it, I have to find a way to, I think pregame you can turn off the commentary. which we may have to do so that way then I'm not commentating over the top of the actual commentators. But
there's a good little practice run. We'll revisit for sure. All right, locks and long shots then. Last week, I am football. I'm back. With locks now, we're 25-21-1. Last week, we had the Lions -3.5. That hit. Texas -7.5. Emotional hedge. That hit. Eagles money line Friday night. That hit. 3-0 sweep. I am football. I'm so glad it's back. Great week for the locks. Let's keep it rolling. This week, Rams +1.5 at Cardinals. I saw this, and I literally thought in my head, I said, this is a 10-unit, drop the pants and let it drop play. This is a smash mouth, easy money, go to the bank and take out a mortgage and smash this line. There's no way the Rams lose this game, and it's just easy money. I don't know what else to say. The way the Rams looked versus the Lions, who are a better team than the Cardinals, the Lions have a tougher environment to play in than the Cardinals. This is easy. The Rams win this game outright. You'll see it in my long shots as well. I love this line. It's easy money. I don't know. I think they're going to go down. Probably by the time kickoff, they'll be favored by at least 2.5.
This opened at Rams +1, so it's already moved in the Cardinals' favor 0.5 point.
Doesn't make sense to me. Doesn't make sense. And you know what? That means the sharp money is on the Cardinals, and maybe there's a reason I think the Rams are easy here. But I don't look at plays often and think, wow, I should really take out all my savings and hit this. Never would. However, this is one of those where it's like, this is probably pretty easy. So Matthew Stafford looks great. The Rams are a playoff team. I will say their defense is banged up, but watching how the Cardinals played, I wasn't impressed. They did move the ball, but I don't see much. Other plays. I think I'm going to do 3 a week until it hurts me. So we'll keep it going here with the over in the Bengals and Chiefs game. This is at 47.5. The Bengals had a lackluster week last week, but they didn't have T. Higgins. Jamar Chase being a diva. They're going to get back to it. The run game will get going. And the Chiefs offense was awesome. We'll talk about that. I said last week that Mahomes eventually has to not have receivers. Well, guess what? They got him a great one. I had a lot of bad takes to start the season here that I will be admitting to on this episode here. And then the last play, I just needed one more. I like the Pats +3.5 versus the Seahawks. Seahawks didn't look great. Geno looked very good in the second half, but I think the Pats are going to be sneaky good at covering this year. They're not going to be a playoff team, but I think they're going to cover a lot of games until people start catching on. So let's ride that train early. Long shots. Scuba Cy Young's still there. That won't cash till about November, but I mean, he's -5,000. I assume he's going to sit there. Nobody else is doing anything like him. And then Terry Arnold over 2.5 picks. I think after watching that first game, I'm not going to get into it just yet. I'll get into it later in the recap, but this is going to cash with ease, barring an injury. I'll get into that later. Last week, Ravens money line, they lost. Great game. We'll get into that. Lions money line and over 50.5. The Lions obviously won. It went to overtime, but the over still didn't hit. It's so funny that I took the over on the podcast, but then everything else, all my parlays under. So I don't know what I was thinking early in the week, but something shifted later on, and I was right later on. So this week, Rams money line goes along with the +1.5. They are +100, so it's a long shot. Just figured I'd double dip. And then to get a little riskier, we'll take the Bengals +200, little bounce back game. Chiefs are riding a high. Are they on the road? I think they're on the road.
No, it's in Arrowhead.
Yeah, so I like that a little bit less now, but still going to take it, let it ride. Long shots is one where it's like just hit them so you can talk about them. I'm not really trying to actually hit these. I would never actually bet a +200 money line. Do a parlay if you're going to bet +200. Your locks and long shots.
Yeah, Jake is football. I apparently am not. I had a tough week. Very, very tough week. Locks, I'm 45-26-1. Still, the Packers make the playoffs open. We'll talk about that one later. Last week, we had the Ravens +3. Quite an unfortunate ending to that game. We'll talk about it. And then I had Northwestern money line with the chance to go on the do not bet list. Didn't touch it with my real money. I'm glad I didn't. Northwestern lost in double overtime to Duke. So I think I officially have to start the do not bet list with Northwestern. I
think they find their way to your do not bet list every year since we started this podcast.
I think that was more of a targeted approach on Northwestern by me personally, just because I don't really want to bet on Northwestern. So I needed a reason not to bet on them. And this was the reason why. So Northwestern, you're on the do not bet list. Welcome back. Nice to have you again, kind of. This week, like Jake said, Rams plus 1.5. I'm also very confused about this line. I think that the Puka Nacua injury is maybe a little bit overvalued here. I think Jordan Whittington, I think that's his first name is Jordan. I think Whittington's going to be a just fine replacement. I think Demarcus Robinson is also a very fine replacement. Running backs
and
look
Tyler
fine.
Johnson.
Yeah, Blake Corum didn't even play. Tight end, Parkinson? Colby Parkinson. Yep. He looked good. The Cardinals are very fun and they looked okay. But yeah, the defense is not good. The Lions, like Jake said, much better team than the Cardinals. The Rams should easily put up more points. I don't see how they don't win this game. And then I'm going to go with Bills Dolphins under 49 on Thursday night with the primetime under.
Love that.
Just kind of hopping back on that train. Primetime unders were not necessarily that good this week, I don't believe.
Sunday it hit. Monday it didn't. Friday it didn't. Thursday it hit.
Thursday it did. So I guess it went 2-2. That's not bad.
2-2. Yep.
Yeah, primetime unders back up. Long shots still open. Soto, regular
Thursday,
season home
by
run.
the way. Sorry, before you go. The over hit. The one I was thinking of was the alternate that we had in our friends parlay.
Yeah, it was 41.5?
It was 45.5. And they put up 47. So it was tight. But it went over.
Okay. Long shots. Like I said, Soto, regular season home run. That one's almost done. Last week we had the Packers money line. Unfortunately, that lost. And then I had the 4x100 parlay, which I didn't actually end up looking at the end results. I know DJ Moore did not hit. Yeah, it was DJ Moore and Amon-Ra?
Yep. Those two.
And then Achane hit exactly 100, and K-Dub was over 100.
Yep.
Kenneth Walker. Okay, perfect. So 2-2. First L on the 4x100. Wasn't able to make one for this week. There's not enough odds out yet, but probably going to make one up. This week for the long shots, we're going Rams money line, like I mentioned, plus 100 even odds. And then I'm going to take an alternate one. I hate to do this, but I have to. I'm taking Bama minus 20.5 this week, alternate spread against Wisconsin. I thought they were playing in Lambeau. Apparently they're playing in Camp Randall in Madison.
Why would they
Wisconsin?
Why would they play in Lambeau? It's so random.
Yeah, but I thought when they scheduled it a few years back, they were doing a home and home, and it wasn't going to be at their home stadiums. It was just going to be like in the state. So I thought that the home one in Wisconsin was going to be in Lambeau, and then the one in Alabama, I don't remember where I thought they were going to play it, but for some reason I thought they were playing.
Alabama doesn't have an NFL stadium, so I
Yeah.
don't know where they would have played.
Yeah, I don't know. But anyways, they're playing at Camp Randall. Wisconsin doesn't look good. Bama does. It's as simple as that. 3 touchdowns for Bama. I could see it. So just take it out there. Emotional hedge a little bit. You never know what's going to happen. So
wild turn of events. I believe when we did our college football preview, we both said there's a chance Wisconsin could win this game.
I mean, in my heart,
no chance.
No, in my heart, I still think that there is a chance just because I think
There's
the first
always a
2
chance.
weeks.
It's college football.
Yeah, I was going to say, I think the first
Plus
2
what we
weeks
saw
of
this
college
week.
football are kind of like a warm up to the big show. And, first big game in Madison, that crowd's going to be rocking for the first. Well, actually, not for the first. It'll probably be rocking for quarters 2 and 3. Then it'll be empty for 1 and 4.
Yep.
Just because that's how that stadium goes. So, I mean, if we can get a big lead in the second quarter going into half, get the ball coming out of the half and mount a little bit more of a lead there, I think then maybe we could win. But
just got to survive that fourth quarter, huh?
Yeah, I mean, if we got to once jump around is done, it starts to clear out pretty quickly. So
maybe not with Bama in town though. Maybe it'll be different.
Depends on the score.
Maybe this could be the team. Wisconsin, are they ranked?
No.
Oh,
no.
Okay. Yeah, I didn't think they should be. So
Bama's number 4.
Yep. I will definitely have that game on.
The early game, too. So first quarter, definitely not going to be. Yeah, first quarter, 11 o'clock in Madison. So first quarter, definitely going to be empty.
Yeah. Yep. All right. The Tubbs pick tracker. We had a little come down to earth moment. We were really good in week 1, and then last week we went 33, 43, and 2. Yeah, I forgot, honestly. And so last minute I had to just slap some shit together to get my picks out there. Yeah, got to be better. Week 1 I put some research in. I racked the brain, and then week 2 I was kind of just picking shit. So still above 500 overall. We're 87, 82, and 2. So just got to bounce back and be better. I'll probably put it together tonight. Just because I do have the time to do it, and I won't have to worry about it because I'll be gone all weekend. So,
yeah. I was going to say, before you get going, I wanted to mention that I'm also tracking picks.
You had to take my thing, huh? I want one thing on my own, and you got to steal
Hold up.
Okay.
No.
Okay.
I think you kind of took from me because I've been tracking college football and NFL picks through my spreadsheets for the last 2 years.
Yeah. Pause. There is no heart in that. You have an equation to run a thing, and then boom, it spits out a pick. That doesn't count. I did not steal that.
That's fine. But you know what my college football one did this week?
You already told me what yours did.
Yeah, 63%, 46 and 27 on all picks. And then my NFL, that I didn't do it week 1 because I needed some data to run.
Oh, interesting.
Yep. I don't have a pick, but no, 46-27 for week 2. NFL, I used last year's data for this week. I went 14 and 12. But I have 2 equations for the NFL one that helps me pick my best bets. And on the best bets, I went 4 and 1.
You know what? We might as well turn it into a competition so you can do better. So,
I'm not trying to do better. I already keep track of it, so I might as well mention it. If I happen to, by chance, do better than you, then
when I have a bad week, you're going to go, yeah, well, my spreadsheet went 15 games above 500.
Let's not forget, last year was horrible for the spreadsheets.
That's true. Okay, let's get into football then. Let's just get it out of the way. I can confirm Michigan's just not a good team. Not going to be amped up this week. I got it out last week how I felt about our quarterback. I do have some questions, kind of rhetorical, but just to get them out there and have a conversation. So let's just start with Texas. Very good football team. I think they have a strong chance to win it all. Defense is there. The quarterback play is obviously there. They've got weapons. And then for Michigan, it just feels like our defense has taken a step back, which you knew was going to happen. You had some graduates. O-line's trash, really trash. And then I will say, though, to defend the defense, there was 2 drives back-to-back where the offense gave them the ball in Michigan territory, so that's not really fair to them. One of them, they held them to a field goal. The other one, they held them to a touchdown. But Michigan got a garbage time touchdown to make this thing look better. Shouldn't have happened. I do have something that pains me to say, but Donovan Edwards got way too much hype coming into this year, and I just don't see it. I think he was massively helped by an all-time great college football offensive line that won't get recognized because it's an offensive line, but the holes that he ran through in those big plays aren't going to be there this year, and you see it when he hits that line and just goes down after a yard or two because there's no hole. So he's obviously fast, but he's not like Corum. I feel like if we had Corum this year, he would be finding ways because he's so shifty, but Edwards just isn't that guy. So some of the rhetorical questions here. Do you think – sorry, I got to remember them now. I didn't write them down. I was going to. Do you think that Alex Orji is really that bad that we can't even put him out there and let him throw the ball and work it out? Do you think he's that bad of a passer? Or do you think this is let's get our flowers for starting the kid that used to have leukemia?
Well, so I was actually going to ask you kind of along those lines because I wanted to address the TikTok comments from last week. And just they were kind of flaming you when you were talking about Alex Orji and starting Davis Warren, the Make-A-Wish kid. Specifically this one where Drew Stice, at Drew Stice, thanks for the comment. He said, "You have zero ball knowledge. We are a blue blood, have been in the playoffs the last 3 years. Recruiting stays the same. We developed 3 and 4 stars. You don't see what any of the coaches see." Well,
what was his name? Drew?
Yeah.
Well, Drew, here's what I see. I see a team that got embarrassed on Saturday at home in their biggest game of the year until the last one. And I'm seeing a coaching staff that probably didn't give a shit about developing talent this offseason because look at the quarterback that we trotted out there. Dude sucks. Take out the Make-A-Wish, take out the leukemia. I went a little bit over the edge. I'll admit that's on me, but he's not talented. It's as simple as that. He can't read a defense. He makes bad throws. It's just he's not that guy. And I've come to the stage where I'm going to take this and make it a good thing for myself and my relationship. I don't have to reserve Saturdays for 4 hours to watch a Michigan team because it's just going to piss me off. So what I'm doing instead, I'm going to do fun stuff. This weekend on Saturday, I'm helping my father close up the cottage for the year. Next Saturday, I don't know what I'll do because Sid's gone and I don't have anything planned, but I'll probably end up just working or something. Following Saturday, I'll find something fun to do. I don't have to close off my Saturdays anymore. And I'll tell you what, I may have seemed last week like I was depressed, sad, pissed off. I'm not. We won a championship. I got all the gear. You can see the hat right there. I got the shirts. I got the sweatshirts. I spent so much on gear. I'll never forget that championship. And the last 3 years have been awesome, but we're bad now. We're a bad team. And for the Blue Bloods comment, Blue Bloods don't take a step back like this, even with a new coach, especially coming from it within the staff. Like we didn't go out and find this guy.
I 100% agree with that.
He's from within the staff, and we don't have to take this crazy step back like, oh, we got a championship. You have to rebuild. Who rebuilds after a championship? Nobody.
I also would say that just being in the playoff for 3 of the last 4 years does not automatically qualify you as a blue blood.
No, especially
because
with 2 of those
before that,
games, you got embarrassed.
Well, and before that, there was a stretch where Michigan was also not good.
Right. I say, for me to say blue blood, you got to be minimum
in contention every year.
Of not every, like I'd say 6 years, probably 7 years.
Okay, but I'm thinking like Bama, Georgia. You could throw Clemson in there, but not really.
I feel like Clemson has lost theirs now, but they were.
But I mean, I think about it in basketball terms. UNC, yes. Duke, Kentucky, granted they are all actually blue teams, but
MSU was. I feel like MSU is still a blue blood in my opinion.
To a point, yeah, because they make the tournament every year. Come March, April, Izzo,
yep.
Or February, March, Izzo, whatever that is.
I think it's January, February, Izzo.
Yeah, but the tournament starts in April.
Tournament starts in March. It finishes in April. They've backed it up in the past few years. But when that term came to be is when the end of March was the championship.
Yeah, and you knew that they were always going to get one win in the tournament.
Well, that's why college football. That's why college football is different. You got to be a little bit more loose. It's so much harder to be there at the end. But like teams like Georgia, Bama obviously so good for so many fucking years, always in it. Georgia, same thing. Clemson for a while there. I feel like college football blue bloods, all you have is Georgia, Bama. And then you've got a really close tier of like, man, they're usually a pretty damn good team of like Clemson. I want to say Texas now. Texas seems to be back. Oregon, Oklahoma. I feel like Oregon. What did you say?
Oklahoma,
yup.
A&M maybe.
No, A&M's been disappointing last couple. I'm not putting Michigan in that, though. Michigan's not a blue blood. We've had so many.
I'd put them in the second tier, maybe.
I can't put them up there with Oklahoma, Clemson. I can't.
Yeah.
I just can't do it.
That's understandable.
I think there's going to be a new crop with this 12-team playoff of blue bloods because so many more teams are going to make it. So you're going to have that team that's in it every single year. And Michigan should have been that team.
Yeah, I have 2 more comments that I want to see if you want to address. First one is from Derek. He said, yes, I'm sure Sharon said, let's intentionally be worse and start a kid for the story, or maybe he's miles ahead in terms of ball placement and reading defenses. You might know more than the coach that works with them 50 hours a week, though. Hadn't considered that.
What was his name?
Derek.
Well, Derek, I do know a lot. I watch every single fucking game, and here's what I know. I know that his ball placement is trash. He misses open receivers. I know that he can't throw a deep ball to save his life. And in terms of reading defenses, what did you see on Saturday? I thought he was illiterate. Next.
The next one is from Nate. He said, when Orgy was in, the team was dynamic. I'm praying it was just a let's not show Texas our cards against a beatable Fresno team, and we come out completely different this week with Orgy at the helm. That was Nate.
Nate, love that comment. That's exactly how I felt, and we were wrong. There was nothing different. Every time he came in, it was a run, and it got stuffed. I think he came in twice, maybe 3 times for a run, and got stuffed. And, yeah, here's what I genuinely think. I think the plan all offseason was Jack Tuttle, and now he's injured, and we got fucked. I think that's what happened.
And then the last one real quick that I just wanted to add from Cam says Orgy's too good of a playmaker not to have on the field.
Cam, I agree to an extent. You can't put him out there every play. But if you were going to make him the starter, then you can. And you just suck it up and say, try to throw the ball. But Cam, you sound a little bit like a bitch. So
I was going to say he sounds like Homer, but
yeah. No, we got that awesome recruit too. What's his name? The young kid. I think he's like a freshman or a sophomore. Jaden Davis. Put him out there. Let him work it out. If the plan is to rebuild and you're going to suck ass this year, put him out there and let him work it out. Maybe it'll be like Nico. Is that his name?
Nico?
Didn't they wait to start him behind Joe Milton?
No. Well, yeah. I mean, he got redshirted last year.
Right. Maybe that's the plan. Then maybe they're trying to redshirt him. But, yeah, I don't know. I hate the term rebuild in college football, too. Why do you got to rebuild? You can stay recruiting the whole time. It's not like you need to find – I mean, you got to find guys. But it's all about development in college, and hopefully they'll figure it out. But we spent entirely too long on the subject. I just hope Michigan goes above 500 and makes a bowl game, because if not, you're going to see a whole lot of graphics of first team to win the championship and miss a bowl game in the next year since Yale in 1912. So, what about Wisconsin? Why don't you talk about Wisconsin?
Yeah, I mean, Wisconsin didn't have the hype that Michigan did, but they're kind of in the same boat. They beat South Dakota 27-13 this week, which at home is not a very impressive win, especially when they only won week 1 by 14 against a bum team too. Tyler Van Dyke, I've been saying that he's not good. He wasn't very good this week either. 17 for 27, 214 yards and 1 touchdown. No other quarterbacks played, so it's not like it was a quarterback that came in garbage time. He just didn't do much. As a team, I mean, they did rush for 171 yards, and they did also rush 41 times. So they just kind of ground and pound, which is very Wisconsin-like. But we have so many running backs that I just don't know what to think. Like, I'm so used to just having one stud running back and then like a second really good running back and then everybody else. And we don't really have guys. Well, we have instead of having that one stud and then the one really good guy, or like the one pretty good guy, we have like 3 or 4 really good guys, or like kind of good guys, and then just everybody else. Like Chaz Malusi, pretty good. This week, not that great. 16 carries for 60 yards and 2 touchdowns. 2 touchdowns is awesome, but a 3.8 yards per carry in college is not that grand.
Not good. And
then we had this guy who came out of nowhere, Cade Yakimelli. I'm pretty sure he's like a sophomore or junior. 8 for 73, no touchdowns. 9.1 yards a carry. That'll do it.
Yeah, put him in.
But like I think it's Ty J Walker. I don't know how you say his first name. He didn't even play. I don't know if he's injured or something. I must have missed that if so. Jackson Aker, who was kind of like a 3rd, 4th guy last year, got 1 carry this week. Didn't do anything with it. The wide receivers still just not really impressing anything. I mean, CJ Williams, nice to see that he actually did something this week, 2 for 53 and a touchdown. I've wanted him to do something since last year when he came over from USC. Will Pauling, he's always going to hold it down and do something. But overall, I'm just fully convinced that this team is stuck in a cycle of mid, which I said last year too. And I don't know, like they don't have an easy schedule. They don't really have a hard schedule. I think we get absolutely blown out by Bama this week. And then we got to go to USC, which could be a 2-game losing streak, and we could be 2-2. But like I look at Rutgers, at Northwestern, at Iowa, home against Oregon, at Nebraska. Like those could all be very, very tough games unless
at Nebraska
something changes and Tyler Van Dyke starts slinging the ball and we finally pick out one of our fucking running backs to do something. Like, I don't know. I'm very much in the sense of I'm ready to be hurt again. And I honestly don't really care if we're not that good this year. Like if we make a bowl game, I'd probably be happy.
Yeah, the Big Ten's gonna be tough this year, especially too. More that middle to low top range. Like your top USC, Oregon, Ohio State, they're gonna have great years, no problem. Maybe not Oregon, we'll get into that, but that middle to low, that Wisconsin, MSU, Nebraska, Illinois, Michigan, like it's gonna be so tough because all of those teams can upset at any point or be upset at any point. So it's gonna make for a fun year of football unless it's your team getting upset. But while on that point, Nebraska, they look fun. Except for in the second half, they forgot how to play offense. But it's fine. They won the game. Shedeur Sanders. I have made it very well known that I do not like this guy. I think he is selfish. All he cares about is getting to the NFL. Deion Sanders, same boat. I don't think he wants to be there long term. I literally, at this point now, I'm realizing that Deion only got this job so he can get Shedeur into the NFL, Travis Hunter in the NFL, and somehow try to get Shiloh into the NFL because dude's not even coaching. At one point, the defense is on the field. He's not even watching. He's yelling at the offensive line because guess what? It's affecting his son's draft stock. Like, they don't care. But Nebraska handled them well. They looked great early. The other thing about Shedeur Sanders is he literally, post-game interview, blamed his offensive line for why he struggled. You can't do that. It doesn't matter how pissed off you are at the line. That's the type of stuff you complain about to like your family or very, very close friends, not national media. Because guess what? Now you got to play 10 more games with those guys blocking for you. They might not purposely let you get hit, but it's going to affect them mentally because they don't want to play for you.
Yeah, my question is, I think Shedeur's probably going to the draft this year, right?
Yes. I just don't think he's a first-round pick like people think.
I mean, I don't think so either. Do we think Prime is out?
I think if Travis Hunter's
going.
Go, yes. And I don't know if he's out, though, because Shiloh broke his arm, so he's probably going to get another year. And I think he wants to try to get Shiloh to the NFL, too. So he might stay another year to get Shiloh to the NFL. But
okay, so then put it this way. Once both of the Sanders kids are moved on, is he gone?
He goes back to social media, what he was doing with like Barstool and shit. 100%. Or down to a smaller scale school, like where was he at? Was it
Jacksonville State? Jackson or Jacksonville
State. He goes to some smaller school where he can just be more in touch with the community. Because like I don't hate Deion Sanders as a person. I hate that he got a Power 5 job just to take his whole team and kick everybody else out of there. That shit pissed me off. But I think he does enjoy coaching. I just don't think he's built for the big job. But timing could work out perfect where Florida State, where he went to college, they're shitty right now. They might be looking for a new coach.
Especially next year, yeah.
And if he went to Florida State, I bet you he could get some good recruits. Obviously, the money's there, the boosters. Could be a totally different story. But I hate Shedeur Sanders. I love watching his downfall. I love watching him suck. So glad we're not hearing Heisman shit anymore. Travis Hunter, though, still fun to watch. Can confirm. But he had a bad game. Other notable games here. Iowa, pretty big choke job there. They had that game by the nuts, it seemed like, and somehow Iowa State clawed back. Did they win on a last-second field goal or no?
I'm pulling it up right now. I think it was – I know I had Iowa -2, and I was very upset.
Because they led the whole game.
It was Iowa hits 50 – Iowa State hits a 54-yard field goal with 6 seconds left.
Yep. Yeah, Iowa, their offense looked like their offense again once they hit the fourth quarter. They just weren't moving the ball. If I remember correctly, I don't think they got a first down in the fourth quarter. Let me see if I can pull this up here in a second. Oh, no, they got a couple. That's totally wrong, but just couldn't finish. Yeah, lost by 1. Very, very unfortunate, but it was a good game. It was fun to watch. The other big notable, I accidentally skipped over it on our sheet here. Notre Dame goes down at home to Northern Illinois. The Javi curse is very, very real, ladies and gentlemen. We have joked very often about fading Javi and him jinxing picks. He was at this game. Number 5 Notre Dame, who looked amazing in their first game, loses to Northern Illinois on a 30-second left field goal. And then Notre Dame almost drove down the field and got it done, and the kick got blocked to win the game. So the Javi curse is real. If he attends any games, I'm automatically fading the home team, without a doubt.
First things first, why is Notre Dame trying to attempt a 62-yard field goal in the cold and wind?
I thought...
No college kicker is making... I shouldn't say no college kicker. 95% of college kickers are not making a 62-yard field goal when the weather's perfect.
Mm-hmm.
So
didn't he made a long one earlier in the game though, didn't he? No, they didn't have.
No, he missed a 53-yarder earlier in the game.
Okay.
When they were down 13-7 in the third.
Did you hear the call from Northern Illinois' radio station?
I did. It was awesome.
This is why we love college football, is these upsets. And I finally get to, have a better appreciation for it because my team's not good. So I don't have that, oh, my team won, I don't care about anything else. Now I live off of these crazy upsets, and I love it. That radio call was awesome. The coach's post-game crying, awesome. That right there was the ultimate football's back moment. I just wish I could have predicted this because I'm a Riley Leonard hater. He didn't play well in the A&M game. Was it A&M they were playing week 1?
Yeah.
He didn't do anything special. He just ran around a lot, and their defense was really good. So I was like, eventually they might get upset. Never in a million years would I have thought Northern Illinois. I think they were like 30-point dogs. Yeah,
28.5. I took the under, and I debated taking the 28.5, and I didn't for some reason.
Should have just taken the plus 2,000 money line or whatever the hell it was. That's insane. So yeah, awesome upset there. Your backup team here, Tennessee. They looked pretty good.
Yeah,
Tennessee
pretty
State,
good is an
the
understatement.
Only other ranked matchup of the week, if I'm correct. Yes. No. Yes.
Yeah, I'd say pretty good is an understatement. They absolutely whooped up on NC State at NC State, 51-10 final score. Nico honestly didn't even play that well. 16 for 23, 211 yards, 2 touchdowns, 2 picks, which isn't bad, but it's not great. Dylan Sampson, once again, 20 for 132 and 2 touchdowns. He looks awesome. Nico did run the ball a lot. I know the defense is really fucking good, and this was a pretty good sign of that.
The defense in the run game, man, that's what builds a championship team, and they both look great.
Yeah, I mean, James Pierce, I think it's James. James Pierce is going to be an absolute stud in the NFL as a defensive tackle or DN, whatever he actually ends up getting put at. But yeah, I mean, the defense is fucking awesome. I wish I could have watched more of this game. I didn't really get the chance to watch much of it. I'm fully convinced that Tennessee might win the SEC if they can continue to do things like this. I get NC State's probably not a lot, but 51-10 against any ranked team is impressive.
Yeah, Bama and Georgia on the schedule makes it impossible for them to win the SEC, in my opinion.
I think if they can I think Bama might drop one. If Tennessee can beat one of them, I think they have an okay shot at it.
Wasn't Bama's schedule? We looked at it, didn't we? It's super easy. No, it's
Yeah.
not. It's actually really hard. Georgia, Tennessee, Mizzou. Missouri, sneaky ranked number 6 in the country?
Yeah, they were really good last year.
Oh, interesting. I think Missouri being good. Good uniforms.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Tennessee, very good. Fun to watch. Love their uniforms. Can't wait for a nice little fall orange out at, where do they play? Neyland?
Yep.
Checkered end zone. Can't be the checkered end zone. They still got that, right?
Mm-hmm.
I was like, for some reason, I thought they changed it to just a solid orange. But
I may be in attendance for the Kentucky-Tennessee Halloween blackout game.
that will be awesome. Send lots and lots of videos.
I don't know for sure yet, but if I am so hyped.
That would be awesome. The only other college football note I had is just Oregon, another sleeper game. Defense isn't very good. Their offense puts up stats. Who's their quarterback?
Dylan Gabriel.
Yeah, he looks great. It's just the defense couldn't stop a Colt.
Yeah, I mean, Boise State ran everything through their Heisman potential running back, which you don't believe. Dude, this kid's putting up fucking numbers. It is insane.
Putting up numbers isn't good enough. You got to win. That's the only problem.
Boise State may win their conference and be a ranked team.
It's just not going to be good enough.
25 for 192 and 3 touchdowns after going for 290 something yards last week.
You got to look at the other guys that are out
and
there.
6 touchdowns.
You got Ewers is going to be in the conversation. Cam Ward going to be up there in the conversation. And then you got Carson Beck's going to be up there. He's just ripping tutties.
I get that, but at some point, stats are going to overrule all that. If this dude is setting records for touchdowns, rushing yards, and their team is ranked, he's going to win Heisman.
That's it. Big ifs. If he breaks records, he's got a shot.
Almost 500 yards in 2 games is unreal. And 9 touchdowns.
Who was their first game? That's big.
Some FCS school, I believe.
See, that doesn't mean shit to me.
Still, but 267 and 6 touchdowns.
Put up 300 yards against an actual team. Oh, it wasn't an FCS school. It was Georgia Southern.
Oh.
And they almost lost that game.
It's impressive.
He had 6 tutters. Oh, that is impressive.
Yeah.
What is the FBS touchdown record?
Oh, it's probably...
It's Barry, isn't it?
I don't know. I'm going to go look at... I'm trying to bring up the stats.
Yeah, Barry had 37.
Ooh, yeah.
I just look at Monty Ball. He had 33 and he wasn't even in the conversation for the Heisman.
Yeah, he won a Heisman. Did he not win a Heisman? I'm pretty sure Monty Ball won a Heisman.
Nope. Robert Griffin won it that year. That's when they started changing it to the quarterback award. Yeah. No, I don't think he can win it. But I'd love if I was wrong because that'd be really cool. Boise State winning the Heisman when they go 6-6. Pretty cool.
They're not going 6-6.
All right, we got to get going here, especially with our new layout here. So the NFL recaps, they're still going to be quick because there's some games that obviously don't need to be talked about too much, but there are some that do need to be. Starting with Ravens-Chiefs Thursday night. This game was awesome. It was a perfect way to start the year. Came down to the wire. Ravens got a big stop, drove down the field, and tied it on the last play. Then it was reviewed. Isaiah Likely made a very nice catch. However, his big toenail was out of bounds. So the game ended. But a couple points here. One, I said Xavier Worthy is not good and won't be good. So wrong. That guy's electric. He's so fast. He's going to be open. He's just too fast. Mahomes, still awesome. And Lamar, great too. The Ravens offense is going to be all time this year. I'm throwing that out there. Derrick Henry punching it in on the goal line. Lamar just running out of his shoes and refusing to go down. He put on 5 pounds from what I heard. Yeah, I think the Ravens will be fun. I think we'll get a rematch this year, Ravens-Chiefs in the conference championship.
So I want to throw some buy or sells at you. Basically, believe it or not, we'll do one for each game. Okay. I'm going to give you the choice for this one. Which team do you want to buy or sell for?
I am going to sell the Chiefs.
No. Just pick a team, and I'll give you a statement, and you have to say whether it's a buy or sell, whether you believe it or not.
I got you. I'm there now. New segment, guys. Sorry.
Yep.
Let's go with give me the Chiefs.
The Chiefs are going to win their 3rd Super Bowl in a row.
No, false. Sell. There's no way.
Okay.
That's an easy one, first of all, because there's fucking 31 other teams. But, I mean, they're very good. But I got to hate on them because they're good. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. Also, didn't mention Mark Andrews, non-existent. Terrible. Yep. Yeah, Isaiah Likely, very good. Grab him in all your fantasy leagues. Actually, you're listening to this after the waiver wire pickup, so if you somehow see him there, add him because he's great. Yep. And he's going to take over the wide receiver 1. Anything else on this game?
No, I mean, Rashee Rice and Xavier Worthy are
going to be one hell of a duo.
Yeah, and then when Hollywood Brown gets back, I'm not really sure how he's going to fit into that mix, but he's going to.
Travis Kelce? Washed.
Yeah.
Confirmed.
Yeah, he should be following his brother next year.
Your game here. Packers and Eagles in Sao Paulo. I'll get my point out there, and then I'll get out of your way. That field was atrocious, and it made it a tough watch to watch these players slipping around all night just waiting for an ACL to pop.
Yeah. This honestly could have went so much worse than I thought it was going to. I thought today I was going to come on here and have the biggest, most pissed off rant of the season to start in week 1. Fortunately, I've never been happier to get injury news back. I do think there should have been a flag on the tackle that injured Jordan Love. I thought the high-low tackle was illegal. Apparently between that and the hip drops. Yeah, apparently between that and the hip drops, they're just not calling him. I don't know if you've seen any of that recourse going around.
They're not calling hip drops. They're only calling going low on Hutchinson, though.
Mm-hmm.
That's the only person calling it on.
I will say first quarter, I was not impressed, but I was at least satisfied with the way that I don't want to say the offense moved the ball, but we got 2 field goals. We were up 6-0 at the end of the first. So that was good. Defense looked all right. I will say the defense I'm slightly impressed with until we got later into the game. Then it got kind of worse, but defense looked all right. Jaden Reed is fucking awesome. Wide receiver 1 potential upside this year, I'd say. Like for the Packers, he's basically mini Debo. Just the way that he does everything. Josh Jacobs took him a little bit to warm up, but once he got going, he was really fun. I'm excited for the duo of him and Marshawn Lloyd once Lloyd is healthy, which I think might be this week. I'm very much worried for Malik Willis' season. I never thought in a million years after saying we got our potential 4th straight quarterback of the future when we traded for Malik Willis that I would have to be experiencing it in week 2 of the season. Maybe there's some hope that we go out and get somebody, but I think we probably just sit and ride with Malik Willis for a couple weeks until Love is healthy. I also think once Love gets back I think once Love gets back, it's probably going to be a little bit of a slow first game or 2, just while he gets back into it.
I think it'll be a lot of run game action, especially they're going to try to pick a game where it's like a nobody so they can just hopefully hand it off, let him ease back in.
Yeah, I will say Love before the injury did not look great, 17 for 34. I'm hoping it was just the first game of the year. I think a lot of quarterbacks didn't look great this week. So
both quarterbacks in that game looked rough. They were throwing a lot of questionable balls. And I don't know if it was the flight down there or maybe the field or the air or the maybe threatening getting shot. I don't know. But both quarterbacks made some really ass throws. And Jordan Love got lucky many times. So did Hurts. It was
the bad. One questionable thing that not questionable, but controversial thing. The Packers should have won this game. There was the dropped pick 6 by Keyshawn Nixon late in the game. I believe it was the middle of the 4th quarter. They tried to run a quick wide receiver screen to the left side. Hit Keyshawn Nixon straight in the hands, and he dropped it on the sideline. He had nobody in front of him. If he caught it, we score a touchdown, we go up. We probably win that game.
Here's the thing. You can say that, but then you can also look back at the 3 possible picks that Jordan Love threw.
That's true.
Very similar to that of it hit him right on the hands and he dropped it because he's on defense. He can't catch. So
yeah,
it goes both ways. That's every game.
Yeah, we need to stop playing overseas and like in different countries. It's pointless.
Just keep it to London and that's it. London has worked out. I enjoy it. Sure, do your 2-3 weeks. I get a game when I wake up. That's
London
great.
And Germany. We'll give them Germany too.
Germany got fucked though. Panthers and Giants this year.
Exactly.
Because of World War II.
Send the shitty teams there. Yeah.
We don't need to play in fucking South America. They're not going to give us a shot. They play soccer. They love soccer. Fuck the Mexico game. Fuck the
there was a
game.
note I was going to say. Did you hear about what the beat writers had to do?
Mm-mm.
They had to send their tweets back home for their wives to tweet out for them, wives and girlfriends to tweet out for them, because in Brazil is a dictatorship. Twitter is banned in Brazil.
Really?
Yes.
I didn't know that. That's insane.
I didn't know it until today.
Wow.
Yeah.
I didn't know. First of all, I didn't know Brazil was even a dictatorship. That's insane.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
And we played there.
All right. Well, we're going to have to kind of fly through some of these here, but that's all right. We got some shitty games.
Oh, buy or sell.
Oh, yeah, buy or sell.
Buy or sell. The Packers are a sub 500 team.
Sell. I think they're very confident. J Love comes back, and if it is this 2 to 3 weeks like they're saying, I think they finish above 500 easily. They're still a good team. Defense looks good. J Love, he'll figure it out. It's also the first game. He didn't play in the preseason, did he?
No.
See, that's the same thing as the Lions game we'll talk about later. Just rusty. That's what it is. And he had to travel to fucking Brazil to play. So, yeah. Steelers, Falcons, this game, I didn't see much of it on Red Zone, but I did see the Steelers defense stepping up big time. Their offense is trash, but their defense is so good. It's just really sad that we won't get to see the Steelers be good without an offense. Kirk Cousins, what did he even do? He must have been ass, huh?
Yeah, I was
tutty and 2 picks. Kyle Pitts, though, might be back. Glad I kept him in our fantasy league.
Yeah, I don't know about that, but my buy or sell for this game, if I can fucking get it in here. Steelers versus Falcons. All right, buy or sell. Kirk Cousins still not healthy.
I'm going to sell that and say he's healthy. He's just ass, and he'll never be the same, and he's going to retire after the season.
Okay.
That's what I'll say for that one.
Okay.
Next game, Cardinals-Bills. This game, I think it looks closer than it was because of the kickoff return, which was awesome. I love the new kickoff rule so far. Yeah, I think this game should have been a 14-point game. The Bills kind of had control down to the second half. I feel bad for James Cook, though. He's never going to score a touchdown. Josh Allen just takes them all.
Yeah. I actually have a buy or sell for each of these. First off, buy or sell, Marvin Harrison is a bust.
Sell. First game. I did see. Did you see wide open touchdown? Kyler Murray never saw him.
Yeah, he's too
wide
short.
Open. Yeah.
And then, go ahead.
He'll figure it out. He's just got to get warmed up to the league. He's still talented.
Buy or sell, Bills will not win their division.
Who else in the division? Dolphins, Jets, Pats?
Yep.
Sell. They're winning that division.
Okay.
I've disagreed with everything.
That's fine. I mean, I don't necessarily buy any of these. I'm just, I personally, I don't know. I kind of buy the Bills not winning their division one.
I can't. I think it's one of those you ride it out until they're proven wrong. They've won what, the last 2 or 3?
3.
Yeah. Titans Bears. This game, throw up in my mouth and spit it back at you. This game was gross. Caleb Williams, trash so far. I'm going to try not to, make a crazy statement and ride it out the whole season. He's got to get warmed up. But Will Levis, more trash. You had a bad game when your coach says, if we would have punted on 1st and 10 every drive, we would have won. That can't feel good.
Yeah, I heard that. That was rough.
Yep. The Bears had what? They had 2 defensive touchdowns? Or no, a special teams and a defensive?
They didn't score. Yeah, I was going to say they didn't score any offensive points other than a 2-point conversion.
Yep. And then they had field goals. Crazy.
Buy or sell, DeAndre Swift is washed up.
I'm buying that. He is washed. We saw it last year in Philly where he started the year kind of hot and then they didn't really use him at all. And it's because he's just not that guy. He also looks slow watching him. I
didn't watch any of their offense, to be honest with you.
I saw they were my national broadcast or local. I don't know what you say for that. And yeah, he just looks slow. But I just switched over to Red Zone eventually. Pats and Bengals. This game, gross. Didn't watch a lick of it. All I know is that Joe Burrow must have had a bad day because, wow.
Yeah, it was not good. I know personally for fantasy, Joe Burrow got me 7 fantasy points. It seemed like him and Chase were just not on the same page for the entire first half.
Sits out.
Yeah, for the entire first half. And then second half, they finally started to work together more, but they just, nothing was clicking. No T. Higgins didn't help. Their running back room is weird. Zach Moss and Chase Brown. Chase Brown should be the starter. He barely got any usage whatsoever. Bengals just don't win week 1. They haven't won a week 1 in like the last 3 years. It's kind of weird. So maybe it's just that, but
Cincinnati also lost 2 fumbles.
Yeah, at the goal line.
One in the red zone. Or were they both in the goal line?
Yeah. Yep.
I thought so.
Buy or sell, Jacoby Brissett will lead the Patriots to 6 wins.
6. Let me look at the schedule real fast, see if I can find 6. 1. 2. They already got 1, so that's 3 then. So 4. 5. I'll say I'll buy that because I see 5 for sure, and then you get one more upset. Boom. Yeah, I'll buy that. I think they can get 6.
What happens if Drake May takes over before he gets to 6 games?
Then they win 8.
Okay.
Yeah, Drake May is him. He is him. Texans and Colts, one of the best games of the 1 o'clock slate. I'd say the best, actually. CJ Stroud, awesome. Anthony Richardson had some unreal throws. Did you see the back foot 75 fucking yard in air touchdown to Alec Pierce? So
yeah, good. That was awesome.
So good. CJ Stroud just did his thing. Joe Mixon, holy fuck, he's awesome. Bet you the Bengals wish they had him still. And then, the wide receiver room for Houston is just unreal. Nico Collins, Tank Dell, Diggs. Mixon in the past game could be good. Wish they would have given him 6 more yards, but that's just me. I think Houston's going to be very good. But then you look at Indianapolis too. Anthony Richardson had some stupid throws. You got Alex Pierce who had 125. Michael Pittman, he's still there. Then you got Doolin, Mitchell. Just a good team. Who's the guy who's hurt that didn't play? Josh Downs. He's good too. I think Indy makes the playoffs this year.
Okay. Buy or sell, Texans veterans are rejuvenated.
I'll buy that. Because Diggs had what? Diggs had 2 touchdowns, didn't he?
Yep. On an average of like 1.6 air yards per pass.
Yeah, because one was a 9-yard touchdown and one was a 2. But I think the young core, I think Stroud wants to get him the ball. And I don't think Diggs cares about yards. I think he just wants touchdowns. So you give him a touchdown,
he just wants
he'll be
action.
very happy. Yep.
Buy or sell, Anthony Richardson will be a worse version of Lamar in his career.
I think I'll buy that because I think he's got a better arm but worse legs.
I also think his accuracy is dog shit.
Yeah, I think he's just got the arm power that are going to create throws that are like, whoa. But then he's also going to have, like, he missed him on a 5-yard wide open across the middle.
Yeah.
I think he's just a deep ball thrower.
I agree.
All right, then. Jags and Dolphins. This game, surprisingly didn't see this one much. Big news before this game, though. Tyreek Hill, on the way to the stadium, got pulled over. Spare you the major details other than he got pulled out of the car, thrown to the ground, handcuffed, questioned, cited. His teammate, fill in the blank here, the D tackle that showed up, Calais Campbell.
Oh, yeah, Calais Campbell.
He showed up. They handcuffed him all before the game. Like, not going to get into it on here, but wild right before a game.
He wasn't even speeding.
Huh?
He wasn't even speeding. Did you see that video?
No, I haven't really watched any of the videos. I'm just reading the headlines. But Wasn't even speeding, apparently. They pulled him over for speeding. He didn't have a seatbelt on. He refused to roll down the window, so they ripped him out of the car. But he had a day. Awesome celebration, too. Had an 80-yard touchdown and then had his teammate handcuff him. That was pretty hilarious.
Yeah. Buy or sell. Devon Achane is a 1,000-yard rusher this season.
Sell. He's hurt already. His ankle.
No, he's fine.
Brother, 1,000-yard rusher, you said?
Yeah.
He averaged 2.5 a carry.
He had 800 rushing yards last year.
No, he's injury prone. I think he goes under 8. He is less than last year. Wow. I will say they didn't use Mostert at all. That was a bad trade by me, but that's all right.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, fuck, Jeff Wilson was the big winner. Fuck that guy. Yeah, no, he's gonna get injured. That's all there is to that one. He's a great player. Don't get me wrong. He's awesome, but he's gonna get hurt.
Yeah, we never made our Achane bet, but too late now.
Glad we didn't because he is fun to watch.
Mm-hmm.
Saints and Panthers, another one I didn't see shit of. The Saints blew out the Panthers. Another bad take of mine. I said the Panthers. This is Bryce Young's shot. He's bad. He's not good. The O-line's bad. Their defense is really bad. You're letting the Saints put up 47 on you. How many of those were Bryce Young's fault, though? Let's see. How many defensive touchdowns?
I am not sure.
I'm looking right now. Oh, no.
While you look up that, buy or sell, Panthers are the 2025 number 1 overall draft pick.
Buy. Definitely are. Without a doubt in my mind.
Okay.
Chargers take was bad. We'll get into that one. I think that's 2 games from now. Yeah, they're bad. Another game didn't see much of. Vikings-Giants. Daniel Jones, so bad. Their uniforms were disgusting. Sam Darnold threw 12 straight passes for completions. That was cool. But yeah, do you think Giants fans are mad that the Giants chose Daniel Jones for a big contract over Saquon?
They should be.
After what Saquon did on Thursday, 3 tutters?
They Friday, should be very upset.
Yeah. Not good. Not a good decision. And that's one, too, where all of the sports world was like, what are you doing?
Mm-hmm.
Nobody, even Giants fans were like, what is this?
I believe the Vikings were 1.5 point favorites.
Uh-huh. Should have smashed
very
that
easy.
one.
Very
That's
easy.
what the Rams are going to do this year, or this week.
Buy or sell. Vikings are playoff contenders.
Sell. Darnold can't keep it up.
Okay.
I don't see it. I
think it depends. I think it depends on
this week,
Caleb Williams and Jordan Love.
I mean, they're going to have to get a wild card spot because the Lions are winning the division, but
yeah, it's either the Lions or the Packers. I agree.
Yeah. Yep. All right. Raiders, Chargers, another nasty one. Gardner Minshew, not good. J.K. Dobbins, back. Definitely back. 2 huge runs. Grab him in your fantasy leagues. He was awesome. Harbaugh looks like a guy's guys. I saw a couple of his locker room videos post game. Looked like everybody loved him.
I didn't see much of it, but I'm sure that's true. I feel like he's the perfect fit there. And actually, buy or sell, Harbaugh is a perfect fit for coaching Justin Herbert.
I'll say buy because Harbaugh strikes me as a little bit of a glazer, and I think that's what Herbert needs. I think Herbert being a Cali boy, he just wants somebody to be like, oh, you're doing so good, like great throw. And I think Harbaugh will do that. So that's why I'm buying that. Yeah, I like seeing him succeed. I don't hate him anymore for leaving us because I see the reason he left. He knew we were going to be garbage, and he didn't want to tarnish his career, and he said, I can go get this team. Sure. Ladd McConkey, good.
Yeah, Ladd McConkey, very good.
Wide receiver 1. All right.
QJ played all right.
QJ did not play all right. He didn't do dick.
He was one of the leading receivers.
He had 3 catches for 38 yards. Hop off. Ladd had 5 for 39.
What were the targets there?
QJ 5, Ladd 7.
Okay, so he's number 2. Perfect. Yeah. Josh Palmer also got ejected, but
Broncos, Seahawks, nasty game. Kenneth Walker, big game. 2 safeties from the Seahawks. You don't see that very often.
Almost 3.
They said the last time, almost 3. The last time there was 2, it was the Seahawks, and they were playing. Or no, it was the Broncos did it to I think the Jets or something in like 17. But yeah, I don't have a whole lot for this game. This game was bad. The 4 o'clock slate was trash.
Yeah, I turned it off halfway through and played Xbox instead.
Yeah.
Buy or sell, Seahawks will miss the playoffs.
Buy. They're not making it.
Okay.
No, there's a lot of good teams in the NFC this year. They won't make it through. Well, yeah, because I'm thinking you got the Eagles, the Packers, the Lions, the Rams. Where am I missing? The Saints or Panthers or Bucks. Somebody's got to come out of there. So you got the Bucks, they're 5. The Niners, obviously. Was it 7 teams? Oh, and then the Cowboys. Yeah, there's no shot. All right, quickly here then. Cowboys, Browns. Deshaun Watson, very bad. Can't believe the Browns sold the farm for him. Dak, not very good either. Saved by the defense. Fuck whoever the kicker is for the Cowboys. He cost me a matchup, I believe.
Brandon Aubrey.
Yep.
Buy or sell, Jameis gets a start this year when Watson is healthy.
No, I don't think they'll bench him because he's making too much money. I'm a sell.
Okay.
Commanders, Bucks. Baker Mayfield, awesome. Mike Evans, crazy, 2 tutters. Jaden Daniels, though, awesome when he ran the ball. And then did you see his head coach goes, yeah, that's not going to continue. He needs to pass. What are you doing? Let the kid run.
I was going to say, just let him do what he's going to have to do. I mean, they don't really have weapons to catch the ball. Mm-hmm. My only buy or sell is, oh boy, I don't even know what to say for this one. Buy or sell, Baker is worth his contract that he got this offseason.
Buy, definitely. He had an amazing game. 294 tutters. Yeah, I'm not going to lie. We got to play him next week, and I'm a little bit nervous. Luckily, it's at home again, but he's tough. Mm-hmm. All right, and then Sunday night, my Lions taking on the Rams. This game was up and down for me. It started out hot. Defense looked great. Anzalone looked perfect. The pass rush was getting to Stafford. And then it turned into the Rams got the ball down the field every single drive to the red zone, and we held them to a field goal. Lions offense, though, unimpressive other than – no, I'm not going to say unimpressive. Until just – what's the term I'm looking for here? Not bad, but not good, but not really average either.
Mediocre.
Nah, not mediocre.
Lackluster.
There you go. It's like we did things, but we didn't. You know, J-Mo, amazing game, 125 and a touchdown. Just a stupid, great route. He got the illegal contact, and Jared Goff to see that and bomb that. I love that. David Montgomery late in the game just taking over. And then Gibbs, too, just so good at knowing his role. Terrion Arnold, I mentioned it earlier. I think that his coverage, the way he plays, will lead to a lot of interceptions. He plays such tight coverage. He's going to get some interferences that are going to hurt, but he's going to get more picks than he's going to get pass interferences. I love that guy. Lions drove down the field, kick a field goal to tie it before the end of the game. Then overtime, they won the flip and literally just said, smash mouth, I'm going to fuck your face, ran it down their throat to score the game-winning touchdown. Matthew Stafford, though, hell of a game. Cooper Kupp had like 20 receptions. Or no, was it 20 targets? He had 14 receptions. I was going to say, I think it was, 14 receptions on 21 targets. So,
yeah, and if with Puka hurt, Kupp is going to be back to breakfast Kupp. Yep. And I don't know. The only thing I had for this game was buy or sell. Gibbs needs more usage.
I'm going to. Is there a middle ground here? Is there a watch the market?
Nope. It's buy or sell.
I'm going to sell because I think his usage is good. I do like the idea of using him more, but then you're taking away from Montgomery, who was very good down the stretch. That's the other thing I forgot to mention. Our team looked rusty, and it's because we didn't play starters during the preseason at all. Mm-hmm. And you looked rusty for game one. So I'm glad that's out of the way. I wish we would have played our starters. But, I just honestly, our team is at a point where I trust the coaching staff so much. I trust the GM, the front office, and then I trust the guys to go out there and make plays. I wouldn't change a thing.
That's fair.
We're going to lose them, and hopefully we're there at the end of it. That's it. So exciting. So exciting times. Got the jersey on today. Amon-Ra, that's the other thing. Didn't do a whole lot. Not sure if he got shut down because they thought, oh, he's the only thing that can hurt us, and that's what opened up JMO. But, yeah.
Javi's JMO take, I mean, he looked good.
JMO looked awesome. And I don't think you need to go out and get a receiver. However, that dude doesn't get tackled normally. Every time he gets tackled, it looks like he's going to come up hurt. The touchdown, he landed straight on his knees.
Yeah.
That one end around, it looked like he snapped both of his ankles. It's like, can you just fall to the ground gracefully? This is disgusting.
I don't think he's used to just getting tackled in the NFL yet, so
no,
he's got to learn.
Yeah, we got to give him the ball. I love it. Last game then, Jets and Niners.
Gross. Buy or sell, the 49ers will win the NFC.
I'm going to sell that. I gotta go with my Lions, but they're going to be there. Their defense is so fucking good.
The fact that they
my Brock Purdy take still kind of out there.
The fact that they did what they did without Christian McCaffrey, just impressive. I mean, Jordan Mason was a plug and play and did everything they could have asked.
Sorry, I've been slamming these mints and they're getting stuck in my throat. Now I think I need to stop. Yeah, Rodgers didn't necessarily look bad. He threw one pick and the 49ers defense is great. I think the Jets will be fine. They'll have a chance. It's just the 49ers are a really good team and Aaron Rodgers struggles on that side of the states. So, we're going over here. Do you want to just not put out our Paige's picks, just talk about the records and then, our survivor picks?
No, I mean, we can do Paige's picks really quick.
Okay.
It's pretty quick.
We just won't talk about it. So, Bills at the Dolphins.
Paige has the Dolphins.
Before we go, I'm so sorry. Last week, Austin, 11-5, great week, swept the 4:00 slate, and then Paige and I both 7-9. The survivor pool, me and Franke here, both took the Bengals, so we lost. Paige won. We're restarting fresh. We'll get to those picks later. Sorry, go ahead.
Yep. Paige has the Dolphins for Dolphins Bills. I also have the Dolphins.
I've got the Dolphins as well. Saints at the Cowboys.
Paige is taking the Cowboys. Of course, I'm also going to take the Cowboys.
Taking the Cowboys as well. I think the Saints only put up points because it's the Panthers. Bucks at the Lions.
Paige is taking the Lions. I'm going to take the Bucks. I want to get a weird one in here.
That's the only reasoning.
Yeah. I think Baker has a chance to
this season. I'm
make
going
it
to be tracking your Lions picks and see how you do in Lions games because it feels like you fade them so much. I'm obviously taking the Lions here, but I hate that spread. 7 is too much. I do think that this is going to be a tight game, but the Lions prevail. Colts at the Packers.
Paige is taking the Colts. I'm going to take the Colts.
Taking the Colts as well. I think Malik Willis won't get it done, especially against the Colts. It'll have to be a game like the Cardinals or something for them to win. Oh, sorry. Yeah. Jets at the Titans.
Paige taking the Titans. I hate this game.
Mm-hmm.
I'll take the Jets.
I'm taking the Jets as well. The way I boiled this down is that the Jets defense is still good, and the Bears defense, look what they did to the Titans. I feel like the Bears defense is above average, but I think the Jets defense is great, so they win that game. 49ers at the Vikings.
Paige taking the Niners. Why don't you go ahead with yours?
Taking the Vikings. Absolute stunner. 49ers got to go on the road. They're coming in high. If you remember correctly, last year, 49ers started the season slow. They had a couple of bad losses. I think they do that again. Vikings get one here.
Thanks for the free one. I'll take the 49ers.
Yeah, we'll come back to that. Seahawks at the Patriots.
Paige is taking the Seahawks. I'm also taking the Seahawks.
I'm on the Pats, man. Plus 3.5. Money line. Seahawks ain't winning this game. On the road, Gillette. Seahawks ain't winning this game. Giants at the Commanders.
Paige says Giants, ? They both are disliked by me. Yeah, I don't trust either of these. I'll go the Commies.
Taking the Commanders as well. This is disgusting. I wanted to just not pick a team and get a push, but you got to take the Commanders.
I do want to mention the Giants jerseys last week were ferocious.
I said that earlier, but I quickly went to something else. They made me almost want to vomit.
Yeah, they were so bad.
Chargers at the Panthers.
Paige taking the Chargers. I'm going to take the Chargers as well.
Yep, me too. Easy. Browns at Jags.
Paige taking the Jags. I will take the Jags.
Taking the Jags as well. Easy. Browns, I'm just fading them until they prove me wrong. Raiders at the Ravens.
Paige says Ravens with a giant sad face. I will also take the Ravens.
Ravens as well. This is an easy one. On the Raiders got to go on the road. They don't have a quarterback. Ravens defense played well. Easy. Rams at the Cardinals.
Paige says, wait, what are these odds? Are the Cardinals back? This one is rough. I love them both. Rammer, though. Yeah, I'm taking the Rams also.
Taking the Rams as well, but just wanted to point out Paige was wrong. She took the Rams last week, so suck that one. Steelers at the Broncos.
She says, oof, Broncos, I guess. Last week I took the Steelers because I wanted the Russ comeback game or the Russ prove it game. I got the Steelers, but Russ didn't even play.
Mm-hmm.
So this is my Steelers Russ prove it game.
I'm taking the Steelers as well. Their defense looks so fucking good against the Falcons on the road. So I love this. Bengals at the Chiefs.
Paige says Chiefs, and I hope not see T Swift on the screen. I will take the Chiefs.
Taking the Bengals. They figure it out right here.
I wanted to take the Bengals, but you did, so I couldn't.
I'm a Chiefs hater. Bears at the Texans. Sunday Night Football.
Paige is taking the Texans. In Texas. Yeah, I'll take the Texans.
Taking the Texans as well. It's easy. Falcons at the Eagles. Monday Night Football.
Paige on the Eagles. I'm on the Eagles.
Eagles as well. So Survivor then. Paige is going with the Ravens. I'm going to take the Cowboys going up against not the Giants. Who are they playing? Saints. Cowboys against the Saints.
For you and I, are we saying that we still can't pick the Bengals since we picked them last week? Or are we starting fresh?
No, we'll restart.
I'm not going to, but...
We'll restart fresh.
Okay. I will take I'll take the Chargers.
Ooh,
versus the Panthers.
Oh, yeah. That's easy. All right, then. That's this week's episode. Not going to do a grid. We're out of time here. We've gone way too long. Keep an eye on the Tigers, ladies and gentlemen. 3 games back of a wild card spot. We got a series with the Rockies right here. Could get very interesting here in September. Might have to start talking baseball. But with that said, let's have a great weekend. Let's hit some tanks, door some tutties, and we'll see you next week.
Peace.